Alright, what is up guys? So today we're diving into a wild one from our entitled people. The title is My Ex Thinks I Hurt My Daughter and Now Harasses Me Since I Stole His Baby Girl. He is not my daughter's birth father. Yeah, you heard that right. Let's unpack this mess. I never really posted, only lurked, so please forgive spelling/syntax errors. I'm sorry for the long post, but this is a long story. I 27F am a widow. My husband Mike died when I was 20 from complications from a cancer-related surgery. He was 24. Our daughter, Sammy, was only 6 months when he died. She's 7 years old now. He died literally 2 days after my birthday. It broke me. I drank heavily when my daughter stayed with either set of grandparents. I never got into drugs, but I did consider it. I had anger issues which thankfully never exploded around her, but my parents and sister got the brunt. I lost jobs and broke friendships. I was not a capable mother. My parents finally had enough and put me into therapy and rehab. It was a forced program, or else they were planning to sue for my daughter's custody. With how I was then, they would have one. And through therapy and a lot of help from my family, I began to work things out. I won't say I'm perfect, but I became a good mother and provider. Mike's parents gifted me their house for bedrooms since they were moving to an assisted living facility, which meant so much since it still had Mike's room as he left it before we got married. My sister moved in to help me make the bills, and I went back to school while working part-time. She works from home and offered to take care of Sammy while I had classes and work. I'm actually 1 year out from finishing my degree and have a job lined up in the same company as her. In college, when I was 24, I met a master's student named Andrew, M29. He was nice and offered to tutor me in some classes that were not my best. I hate math, go figure. I will skip the small stuff, but eventually we started dating. I was open from day one that I was a widow, recovering alcoholic, and had a daughter that will always be my first priority. Andrew was keen, he understood, and couldn't wait to meet my Sammy. This was when Sammy was only 4, so I decided to play safe and wait until Andrew and I were serious before introductions. After 5 months, I introduced them. Andrew was incredible with my daughter. He took her camping, played games with her, helped with homework, etc. He was without doubts a model father. At first, about a year and a half ago, Andrew went to visit a friend of his in Ohio. I don't know what their situation is, but his friend has a very outdated view on women. As in, women are only meant for having children, taking care of the house and their husband, and obeying their husbands like they are God himself. Needless to say, I wasn't thrilled, but he was a friend from before we got together, so I figured if it never changed Andrew in the past, I had nothing to worry. When Andrew came back, nothing seemed out of the usual. He was still loving, and when I asked him if he could watch Sammy for an afternoon while I drove my sister in and back from a medical procedure, he was happy to help. My sister and I returned to find him sitting on the couch drinking a beer, with Sammy crying on the floor with a horrible burn on her hand. I screamed as I went to check my daughter, asking Andrew what had happened and why wasn't he tending to Sammy's injury or taking her to the hospital. He shrugged and said, "I told her to make me dinner. It's not my fault you failed to teach your brat to be a proper woman." I was stunned at first, but my daughter was first. I picked my daughter without a word while hearing Andrew saying things like, "You know I'm right, babe, and I didn't say you could leave." This is a lesson for her. The car ride was mostly my sister comforting my daughter since I had to drive, and one sentence in Italian, a language we both learn as children, but I didn't teach my daughter, "You need to leave that man tonight." My daughter was seen almost immediately when we arrived to the ER after they saw her burn. It was a second-degree burn on her hand with minor first-degree on her legs. Her pants sort of protected her. I was exhausted, and by the end of the night I just wanted to drop in bed after breaking everything in my room. I left Sammy with my parents after telling them the story and went back to the house with my sister. Andrew was still on the couch with 3 bottles of empty beer and 1 half drunk. He didn't even stand up when we arrived. All he said was, "Did you come back to your senses already?" I told him to leave, and if he didn't, I would call the police. He replied as my man, he owed my property. I was about to lose it when my sister did first. She took a broom and, like one of those old cartoons, just began hitting him. Once she got him out the back door, she closed and locked it, then told me to call the cops. After they arrived and checked driver's licenses, they removed him. The fallout of that hospital visit was a CPS investigation. The stress alone almost drove me to drinking again, but my sister kept me together. Andrew was arrested and given what was basically a slap on the wrist. Not a single day of jail time. We tried to move on. I haven't dated since. It's been a little over a year since I broke up with Andrew, but I just don't want to risk things again. Sammy has also gone to therapy and we've done some mom, aunt, daughter cooking sessions just to teach her kitchen safety. Andrew has been harassing us online. He's now been posting in social media that I stole his one and only baby girl. He claims he was closer to Sammy than even I was and that she was like his true daughter. That I was jealous and petty. A cheater. An abusive mother and spouse we never married. He even said he suspects I might have had a helping hand in my husband's illness. Some people in social media agree with him based only on his stories. No one we both know, only people that are strangers or that never met me. He's even been posting old edited pictures of outings with Sammy, cropping me off them. CPS has also been called on me multiple times. From accusations of abuse to saying I was keeping my daughter around dangerous people. Even one about a weapon with easy access. I have a lock gun cabinet with hunting rifles that has an electronic lock. Only my sister and I have the combination and it's in the attic which Sammy can't reach since the trapdoor is too high for her to open. I also have a personal gun that I keep in my room, also under lock with a combination that I am the only one that knows. I've never let my daughter see or know where it is, but unless I'm raising a future gymnast mix with Sherlock Holmes, she won't find it even if she know I had it. CPS has already got to the point they dismiss any calls against me or my sister. And the cops won't do anything since CPS reports are anonymous and Andrew hasn't technically done anything directly aside social media. He doesn't name in public posts. Only says his ex. But the amount of PMs I get makes it clear he names me in private. It's stressful and it's making me paranoid. I feel watched at times and I'm scared of being alone at night. Who knows if he shared my address? The cops won't take me serious. And I think Sammy is picking up on my stress. Next week I'm meeting a lawyer to see what my options are. P.S. I know the title has an error. I noticed after I posted and don't know how to correct it. I'm stress writing and English is my third language. Okay, here's the script. Wow, that's a lot to unpack. Poor woman losing her husband so young and then having to deal with all that. And this Andrew guy, what a total piece of garbage. Who the hell tells a 7-year-old to make dinner? And then blames the mom for not teaching her how to be a proper woman? Seriously, what century is this guy living in? I'm glad her sister stepped in and gave him a what for with the broom, though. That's some solid sisterly support right there. But the fact that he's still harassing her online and getting CPS called on her? That's just messed up. Hopefully, the lawyer can help her get a restraining order or something. It's a shame she has to go through all this after already dealing with so much loss. Now, let's see what the Reddit community thinks about this. Restraining order and block. Change social media settings. Do what the lawyer says, but it may be worth posting a counter-narrative online. A simple please stop liking posts from the man that burned my daughter may shame him into shutting up. I'm glad you are seeing an attorney to see if a cease and desist can be issued or a private investigator can prove the messages are from him so you can get a restraining order. If you know his parents/siblings information, have someone close to you reach out and let them know what he is doing. Maybe they can get him the help that will force him to leave you alone. Don't do it yourself or from anyone who can be traced directly to you. I tried to appeal to his father, his only living parent, but he just gave me the boys will be boys and that it was my fault for breaking his son's heart. Firstly, I'm impressed at your resilience. You've been through so much trauma, both early on and now this clown. I doubt that his friend, or may I say fiend in OH, suddenly brainwashed the jerk. He was already like that just below the surface and was probably told to man up and be a real man, where real translates to arsehole. One of the first things I would suggest after the very first of see a lawyer, which you were doing, is make a journal of everything. Write it down, date it. Document every little thing you can remember he said and done. And everything he and his cohort of fellow clowns say and do. I suspect this will eventually end up in court, and having documentation proving his arseholeness will stand you in good stead. As for you being polylingual, please don't apologize. Your English is better than a lot of us native speakers. Virtual hugs to you from Australia. Edit. I just had a horrible thought which might explain his anger at being denied access to his baby girl. Oh, I hate to type this, but I must. Could he have been grooming her for something ugly? Be proud of maintaining your sobriety under these abusive circumstances. Also, make sure you lock your credit, your daughter's credit, and tell your sister to as well. Good luck and stay safe. Seems Andrew and his little buddy need to be taught that this isn't the early 20th century. Sue him for harassment. You're not paranoid. A crazy man is out to get you. Take every precaution. He's out of his mind. Restraining order. lawyer for cease and desist and possibly a defamation suit. Don't block him yet. Mute him and keep any texts, emails, and voicemail messages as evidence. Then go scorched earth. Have him served at his place of employment if you know it, for both the restraining order and the summons for a defamation lawsuit. Install cameras around your property. I suggest a guard dog, Cane Corso or Slash, and a Belgian Malinois. You want one tank dog and one fast fighter. Get them as puppies so they bond with your daughter. They'll eviscerate any threats to her. Get training with them. Research women's self-defense instructors in your area and start taking classes. Enroll your daughter in martial arts classes. I suggest Taekwondo until she's older, than Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with weapons training. This is no joke. There's an uptick of dudes like Andrew. As for you, therapy and go back to AA meetings. Set your boundaries down hard. Don't date anyone who goes to AA or Narcotics Anon. Figure out you in therapy for a minimum of a year, but stay focused on your daughter and career. Love and hugs, honorable. I've been there, done that, and raised a savage wolf of a daughter because of it. Women's self-defense classes and weapons training classes. And she's already had to defend herself from 4 idiots who think like Andrew, and that's been in the last 15 years. The last one she had to use her weapons on. First words out of your mouth are always, "I want a lawyer," before you talk to the cops if you have to defend yourself. She's 30 now and adamantly single because of it all. And she's now got her own personal tank dog and fast fighter. The stupid misogynist fools in our neighborhood give her a wide berth when she's out with them and know she's armed at all times. Breathe. You got this. That's a wrap. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Reddit content.